Hi, so in this video I want to talk about a thing called the PROCAS study, which is the biggest ever study of breast cancer prevention anywhere in the world, and it's been organised by the Prevent Breast Cancer team and has recruited thousands of women to look at a particular way that we might be able to help prevent breast cancer. Now, PROCAS stands for Predicting Risk of Breast Cancer at Screening. So the background is the NHS screening programme. Now, the way the screening programme works is quite straightforward. Every woman in the UK between age 50 and 70 is called automatically by the NHS for a mammogram every 3 years. Now, for every 100 women coming to have their mammogram, 96 of them will get an all clear letter. So that arrives in the post 2-3 days later saying your mammogram's fine, see you again in 3 years. But 4 out of the 100 get a different letter. They get a recall letter saying, oh, we've found something in your mammogram, we are recalling you back for some further pictures and a scan to see exactly what this thing is that we've spotted on your mammogram. Now, for 3 out of those 4 women, it turns out to be something utterly harmless, just a harmless lump or mark on the mammogram that isn't cancer, which is wonderful news. But for 1 of those 4 women receiving the recall letter, it is indeed a breast cancer, and they are then on a journey to have that lump removed and complete their treatment. Now, the way it currently works is that one lady has a well-defined pathway through the system, but the other 99 who don't have breast cancer, we do nothing for them, we simply send them home. So the PROCAS study is asking an interesting question, which is this: why don't we try and do something useful for the 99 who don't have breast cancer when they come for their screening mammogram? And so what happens in this study is that they have a risk assessment done. So they have to fill in a questionnaire about their family history, and then on the mammogram we can work out their long-term risk of developing breast cancer through a thing called breast density. There's another video about that if you want to get more detail. And we can also look at their genetic profile. And by combining those things together, we can talk to every woman and tell her what her personal risk of getting breast cancer in the future is. Now, for some women, it's actually very low. And for those with a very low risk of getting breast cancer, we can even say to them, do you know what? There's really not much point in you coming back for another mammogram in 3 years' time. Why don't we just see you in 10 years' time and reassess your risk again? Other women will be at the other end of the spectrum. And although there's nothing wrong in their mammogram, when we look at their family history, their lifestyle, questionnaire, we look at their genetic makeup, we look at their mammogram density, we can calculate that they have a relatively high risk of getting breast cancer, and waiting 3 years for their next mammogram is too long. And so for that group of women, we can say, do you know what, we'd like you to come back maybe next year. And also there are things that we can do for you. We can begin to lower your risk by looking at your lifestyle, by thinking about preventive medication, by looking at the drugs you're on, and we can sit them down and have a conversation about how to prevent breast cancer. So that's what the PROCAS study is all about. And for those of you who've taken part in it, we're really, really grateful to you. We're now going on to the PROCAS 2 and then PROCAS 3 to translate these ideas into something that will, in the future, really revolutionise breast screening.